Hi and welcome. Doing a review of Rings of Power, Episode 7, The Eye. And as we can see, after Mount Doom blew up, we have Galadriel standing there. She's fine. She's covered in ash. Somehow she's alive. Don't know how that takes place. And she's able to walk around with Theo. Yep, there's ash everywhere in this forest that somehow is still standing. Someone has to explain that one to me, because people that wrote this show obviously know zero about volcanoes and know zero about the aftermath of volcanoes. If you remember Mount St. Helens, here's a before and after image. This is Mount St. Helens before. Notice there's trees, there's a river, more trees, a mountain. This is Mount St. Helens after. No trees, no nothing. The river literally was moved. And parts of the terrain have been removed completely. Anything that was around or near or anywhere within like 100 miles of this volcano is dead. Not so in Rings of Power. No, we have people walking around. And if this doesn't help you out, remember the people in Pompeii? Well, this is what they looked like after the volcano blew up. Somehow, I don't see how Galadriel doesn't look like this. Very strange. We also learn that her husband is dead. Celeborn or Celeborn is dead, which is completely impossible for him to be dead because, well, this is him in the Lord of the Rings. He's standing next to Elrond and Galadriel. So how is he dead? Don't know. Doesn't make any sense. Makes about as much sense as people walking around after a volcanic explosion just happened on top of them. You can't do that. Everyone would be dead. In this show, the entire Numenorean army should be destroyed, along with Galadriel and anybody else that was with them. The villages and everything. That entire Southland land would be destroyed. No one explains how they're alive. No one explains how this is possible. No one explains how Celeborn or Celeborn is dead, which doesn't make any sense because he's in the Lord of the Rings. How could he be dead? Galadriel was married to him for thousands of years, so how is he dead? Don't know. Not explained. Whatever they say in this show makes no sense and does not match anything from Tolkien. Oh, and we also find out that it's very possible that Isildur is dead. He's definitely missing, but he is definitely, according to his father Elendil, is dead. Well, I don't know how that could happen since he's in the Lord of the Rings, and this is him holding the Ring of Power in his hand. Once again, another break from Tolkien law. Absolute stupidity to the writers that should be fired. We also find that Miriel is now blind from the volcanic explosion. Of course, she should be dead, not blind, but okay, she got ash in her eyes, but didn't get any in her lungs, which, if you know anything about science, one drop of volcanic ash in your lungs immediately kills you. We just threw science out the window in this show completely. Other things that happen is this guy, the Meteor Man, is trying to heal the trees because where the hobbits are, the half-foots are, they notice that things are dying all around them from the volcanic explosion. Okay, if the volcanic explosion is that powerful that it's all the way over to where they are in Middle-earth, it must be like Mount Pinatubo type of event where it, literally caused the entire Earth to cool for many years. Yeah, okay, so he's healing a tree, and a piece of the tree, while he's healing it, falls on one of the hobbits, and so they banish him immediately because, well, these half-foot hobbits, they're an angry type, very revengeful, hateful, could care less about human life or any life for that, from what I can see in this show. But we do get a good part of the show for the Hobbit, Harfoots. And we have these three ladies appear. You remember them. No one knows who they are, but they are dressed in white. What do they do in this show? No one knows. They just seem to march around. Allegedly, we're supposed to think they're looking for him. I don't know if that's true or not. I think they're looking for Sauron, personally, but I don't know. Anyway, our favorite Hobbit friend, Dory's father, decides to ward them off with a torch. It's always how I greet ladies dressed in white, is with a torch and trying to, put it in their face. Well, they don't take too kindly to this. And so they decide to use their own fire and destroy the Hobbits' carts and stuff that they are, traveling with. Which, basically, I was very excited about and very happy about, because these Hobbits really deserve this anyway. Frankly, they shouldn't be in the show, so that's a whole nother story. Then we're off to Elrond and the dwarves. And basically what happens in this entire episode, which really doesn't make any sense, is we're digging for Mithril, we're not digging for Mithril, we're digging for Mithril again, then we're not digging for Mithril again. Then we're digging for Mithril again. Don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's kind of like a Marx Brothers routine, or a Three Stooges routine. We're back and forth, or even Jackie Mason would be a good interpretation of this, right? I don't know. No one knows, and no one cares, because the whole Mithril thing is not part of Tolkien law. Once again, it's just something made up, another idiotic mystery made up by the writers that can't write. We see Doran digging for Mithril, and he digs so deep that he awakens the Balrog. Yes, the Balrog makes its own special appearance in this show. No one knows why, no one cares, because this is the very short scene of it. Then we find this guy sitting in the Southland, just hanging out. That's it. We don't get to see the sword in this episode, the supposed Sauron sword, which, once again, another break from Tolkien law. This doesn't take place in Tolkien. In fact, Sauron, if you remember, Halbrand, doesn't carry a sword. He carries a mace. Notice in this picture, Sauron has a mace. Amazing, isn't it? Yes. Halbrand in this episode is injured really badly. He's bleeding from the side, and they say that only elven medicine can save him. Unfortunately, they don't have any elven medicine where they are. And, of course, he also wasn't killed by the volcano, as, many others weren't. But if he is Sauron, not sure how he could be wounded, because, well, once again, Sauron has godlike powers and is immortal. Yep. So he can't be destroyed. Nor can he be wounded. So none of this makes any sense. Once again, writers, morons. And then we get to the end, and we find Disa making evil plans for Doran, telling him that one day he's going to be the king, and she's going to be the queen, and they're going to do whatever they want with the dwarves. Whether they want to mine Mithril or not, nobody has any say, because she's in charge. Not sure how she got the idea that she is in charge. Although I'll be honest with you, after this speech that she made, she's actually a much better candidate for Sauron than Halbrand is. Not sure about any of this. Really doesn't make any sense to me. And then, of course, we get the big ending, where the Southland font is changed so that it changes to say Mordor. Well, honestly, this picture looks too good to be Mordor. Mordor has filled with dead swamps with dead bodies in it. Once again, a really stupid way to introduce Mordor to everybody. Really cheap tricks for a show that they spent $1 billion on. Somebody should get their money back, because this is really sad. I thought the show might have got better after the last episode, but I was dead wrong. This show is awful. And frankly, nobody should watch it. In fact, they should be protesting it. What a stupid show that claims to be from Token Law. None of it is from Token Law. All of it is nonsense made up by writers that can't write. This show gets 1 star out of 5, and that's it. That's because 1 star is the lowest that I give. If I could give lower, I would. I sat through this episode so you didn't have to. Remember that now. The finale is next week. That ought to be fun. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe. Tell your friends about it and hit the like button. Until next time, bye-bye.